Thanks for tuning in to our weekly broadcast of updates from Bedford County Public Schools during the coronavirus. This is our third update, and today we're going to hear from a few among the many people who have worked so hard over the past several weeks to provide and deliver meals to children in our community. But before we hear from these staff members, we thought you might want to get a little glimpse into what this operation really looks like.
After Governor Northam issued the school closure announcement on March 13th, one of the first priorities that came up was to make sure to continue to provide meals to Bedford County's children. And so we began planning right away to open 9 feeding sites at our schools. And the first day for that was Wednesday, March 18th. We began delivering on our elementary bus routes to expand that service from the 9 sites using 33 vehicles the next week, and participation has risen from just over 2,000 meals served on day 1 to serving over 3,700 children a day 2 meals in the last few days. And this has required a tremendous amount of effort on the part of our school staff, starting with our school nutrition department. And Karen Arthur is the supervisor of school nutrition for Bedford County Public Schools. And Karen, we appreciate all that you've been doing. Thank you. And I just want to ask a few questions so that all the folks in our community can learn a lot of the details about what's gone into this effort. So can you just start by telling how many school nutrition staff members are working every day to make this many meals for Bedford children? And what does their work look like on a daily basis?
Well, throughout the county at our 9 feeding sites, we have approximately 50 school nutrition employees working in those 9 sites. Our school nutrition staff members are rotating their schedules. We do have some that have from day 1 said, I would work every day that I'm needed, but we're rotating staff, so we're trying to give everybody a break. Those employees come in the morning, they're ready with their numbers of what they have to get ready for the day. They're very organized, they know exactly what they need to do. They have all of the meals ready that will be placed on our delivery routes by about 10:30 in the morning, and then are ready to set up for curbside service around 11 a.m.
So how does this work different from providing school meals on a regular school day?
It differs in various ways. We have some of our feeding sites that are actually doing more food now than what they're doing during a typical school day, and other sites that are doing a little less. One of the major differences is, for the COVID-19 meal delivery service, we're only providing cold meal options. During a normal school year, we have the cold options, very similar to what children are receiving now. They can get that on a typical school day. But in addition to that, we provide hot meals during our school year. The difference with this, we're doing all grab and go, so our children are not coming through our serving lines in our schools. We've got everything packaged inside of a bag, all the components right there, handed right off to the child.
So have any community partners helped with this program?
There have been just a tremendous outreach from community partners. We've had a lot of churches that have stepped up. One of the difficulties we've recently encountered is having some trouble getting items from our vendors. for what we use for our meal service. One of those items have been bags that we use to place those meals in to deliver out and have it curbside. Linda Welch, my field manager, had an idea to put a post out on our school nutrition Facebook page, just letting families know we were struggling with that. And within the next day, we just had an outpouring of people wanting to donate bags for the purpose of feeding children. The list is long. I mean, we've had a lot of donations. We've had Bedford Food Line, we've had Kroger on Forest Road, Lowe's in Bedford, McDonald's, Teva in Forest, Dollar General in Manita, Kroger on Wards Road, Dollar General in Lynchburg, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, Lowe's. Just like I said, an outpouring of people in the community, even our parents and people in the community that have gone out and purchased bags and just have generously donated to our schools. So it's been an outpouring of community outreach, and we're very grateful.
What else would you like to add about our meal distribution system?
Well, I think just the most important thing is just my heartfelt thanks to everybody that's been involved, with the process. I definitely have to give a shout out to my school nutrition employees. They have just gone beyond and above. They have been so flexible and so accommodating, and they want to feed the children in our community. So our school nutrition staff members have just been wonderful. A special thanks to the two ladies in my office, Linda Welch and Becky Robertson, that have been there supporting me along the way and helping me get this program organized and off the ground. Thanking every staff member that's been involved. We have administrators, we have teachers aides, custodians, just people of all levels throughout our school division. And without their help with this would not be possible. The bus drivers, a special thank you to our transportation department, Pat Worley, Jen Neal, Michelle Dixon, Jeff Carnes. I mean, they have been there from day one supporting this program along the way. The bus drivers who are greeting those children with a smile when those meals are being delivered and handed off. Again, it's just people of all levels working together to reach this common goal. And, I'm hoping, if nothing else, that's some of the lessons that we carry way beyond the COVID-19 virus. I mean, it proves that we can all work together to reach a common goal. And it gives us an appreciation for what one another does on a daily basis. And I think those have been very important lessons to learn, and it's just been something that we've been grateful to be a part of.
Thank you, Karen. Another very important person in this operation is our Supervisor of Transportation, Pat Smith. And she joins us today as well, and I have a few questions for her just so we can understand that part of this large operation. How many routes are in place to deliver meals across the whole county?
We started with 31 routes, and we found that 2 of them were a bit lengthy and going well beyond the time that was safe for us to continue delivering meals. So we divided those, and we are now up to 33. We took let me step back. We got the directive on the 19th of March to start planning meal delivery. At first we looked at hub stops. We thought that probably wouldn't work best for the families that might not be able to get there. So we decided to take 160 elementary routes and turn them into the 31. That was a monumentous undertaking. My staff, Jen Neal, Jeff Carnes, and Michelle Dixon, we worked through the weekend combining routes. Jen was counting students so she could give those numbers to the school nutrition office, so we knew how many lunches to put on a bus. And Michelle and Jeff worked through making sure we had the left and right turns correct so we didn't end up someplace we weren't supposed to be in a school bus. When we wheedled those 160 routes down, we realized that out of the 209 bus drivers and car drivers we had, 176 of those were either over 65 or had health conditions that would preclude them from delivering these meals, or had someone in their house that we did not want to jeopardize. So we pressed into service some of the folks from the technology department, folks from the maintenance department, and I believe you are running a route delivering meals. So that was how we started.
Pat, what can you say about the drivers who've been delivering meals over the past several weeks?
They have thoroughly enjoyed it. My drivers miss their students. They enjoy seeing the little ones out there. They have gotten numerous thank you notes. Children have left chalk messages on their driveways. And each time they send me any of those photos, I try to post it to Twitter so everybody knows what a good thing we're doing for the community in delivering these meals.
Well, thank you so much, both Pat, to you and to Karen, for all the planning that you and others in your departments have done to make this work. I'd also like for us to talk today with one of the bus drivers who's been delivering meals throughout the last several weeks. Tammy Metter is here joining us today, and I've got a few questions for her. Have you had any special thank yous along the way?
I have received many gifts, painted rocks, a slingshot, several colored pictures, and we tried not to hug. So, yes.
So how is this work different from your normal bus route?
The difference between meal delivery and my regular bus route is that the children come running to the big yellow school bus and they have smiles on their face and they're looking on the bus to see if they see a familiar face, because we have teachers and paraprofessionals and other Bedford County employees riding the bus, and they're hoping to see their teacher or someone that they know.
So what else would you like to add about our meal delivery system?
I would like to add how much the students appreciate the meal delivery bag. And also, I wish that the nutritional department could see the smiles on these faces when they open up the bag and just see things like the little carton of milk or the little carton of juice, because it reminds them of, when they went to school. And so I wish they could see those sweet smiles, because in life we take the little small things for granted.
Well, as Pat mentioned, we have several folks who have helped this effort beyond our transportation and nutrition departments. We have workers in our maintenance department. We have workers in our technology department who are doing some driving. And we've opened up a weekly sign-up website for staff across the district to fill in slots that just where work needs to be accomplished. So nearly 100 slots every day are being filled by teachers, paraprofessionals, school counselors, administrators, and folks from every other type of job in our county. Those folks are assisting with meal preparation, bagging up meals. They are filling coolers with milk. They are helping on our buses and in our other vehicles that are making the deliveries, actually going out and making stops. They're working at curbside, making deliveries as families drive in. They're helping clean up. They're helping prepare for the next day. And really, without those sets of hands, we really couldn't do this operation either. So lots of thanks to go out. And we really appreciate the opportunity to continue our meal service through this really difficult time. As our teachers are now reaching out to kids all across the county, offering more opportunities to learn, work that can be done, virtual meetings to be held, and other opportunities, we know that filling stomachs is a prerequisite to getting that work done, and we're proud to continue to do that work throughout the school closure.
I hope you all learned from that last segment just how much work goes into preparing meals, delivering them, and handing them out at our school sites. I am so thankful for all the employees that have worked so hard over the past several weeks to make this happen for our children and for our community. I would also remind you to frequently check our Bedford County Public Schools website for any updates to pickup locations or delivery drop-off times in your neighborhoods and in your local communities. I'd also like to remind you of what everyone is asking us to do, from our president, our governor, and our local officials, about washing our hands frequently, practicing social distancing, and avoiding large gatherings to stop the spread of the coronavirus in our community. I also want to invite all of you to come back here 1 week from today as we feature the Bedford County Teachers of the Year from each of our schools. We'll have the opportunity to hear from several of these teachers, and at the end of that program, we will be announcing the Bedford County Public Schools Teacher of the Year. Please join us next week, and stay safe.